Endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is a presentation of the Nebraska State High School Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Coverage of the Nebraska State Basketball Tournament is presented by App Foundation Repair, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, Roofing Service Company, High Electric, Southeast Community College, Members Owned Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, Mosaic, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Platte Valley Equipment, and Double Eagle Golf. Now, calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Carter Launching.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Championship Saturday here from Pinnacle Bank Arena for the Nebraska Girls High School State Championships. First up on the docket, we got D1 here to start off our day. We have the Centura Centurions taking on the Hastings St. Cecelia Blue Hawks, or more commonly referred to as the Hawkettes. Both these teams have worked very hard all year to get to this point. Hastings St. Cecelia came into the tournament as the 4 seed, now 19-7 on the year after their wins in the quarterfinals and the semifinals. The Centura Centurions came to the tournament as the 2 seed coming into the tournament. They were 23-3, now up to 25-3 after their 2 wins again in the quarterfinals and the semifinals. And now both these teams will face off for a state title. Of course, St. Cecelia has been here before and knows how this thing works. They've been to 5 state finals in a row. They've won 3 of their last 4 that they've made it to. They're trying to make it 4 or 5. As for Centura, they haven't had quite the amount of recent success that Hastings St. Cecelia has, but they do have a little bit of historical success. The 12 tournament appearances. Their most recent state tournament, though, came back all the way back in 2011, and they have not made it to a championship game since 2001 when they were in C1. And so now they find themselves in the D1 championship, taking on Hastings St. Cecelia in a matchup to see who's going to be crowned the D1 state champion. Taking a look at how these teams got here in the tournament. First up for Hastings St. Cecelia, one of the first games we had, I actually called this game back on Wednesday. They took down the Elmwood Murdoch Knights by a score of 49-37 to advance to the semifinals. As for Centura, they took on Elgin Pope John in their first matchup, won 45-27 to move on to the semifinals. Then in the semifinals, these two teams faced off against Ravenna for the Blue Hawks. They won that game 38-31, taking down the 1 seed in the bracket. And then as for Centura, they beat Cedar Catholic by a score of 65-45. So Centura had a little bit easier path here in terms of, the way that they handled their games, winning both their games by, beating Elgin Pope John by 18 points and then beating Cedar Catholic by 20. As for Hastings St. Cecelia, of course, a little bit testier in their games, just 12-point win there over Elmwood Murdoch in the first round, and then a 7-point win over Ravenna in the semis. So we'll see if that has anything to do with how this game goes today. But now we're getting ready here to get the national anthem going. We're going to meet the non-starters, we'll meet the starters, and then we'll have everything ready to go here for the start of this ball game. So we'll step away for a moment here. In one moment, first of all, though, want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors. Without them, high school basketball coverage would not be possible here at 93.7 The Ticket. App Foundation Repair, Platte Valley Equipment, Doane University, Roofing Service Company, NDOT Highway Safety Office, A1 Automotive, Southeast Community College, High Electric, Members Owned Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, and Mosaic of Southeast Nebraska. So once again, thank you to all of our sponsors. Without you, high school sports are not possible here at 93.7 The Ticket. But now we'll step away here for a few minutes as we get ready for the national anthem, and we'll meet all of our players, and then we'll come back and get you ready for the tip-off between Hastings St. Cecelia and Centura in a D1 championship game here from PBA on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting wefixbasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
At Mosaic, we build a caring company for the people we serve in our workforce. You can be a part of it. Mosaic supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and other diverse needs to choose where they live, with whom they live, and how they spend their days. That is empowering. Do you know someone who could use that type of support? You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit mosaicinfo.org. That's mosaicinfo.org.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this Class D1 state championship game between St. Cecelia and Centura. We'll get our starting lineups now, as the St. Cecelia Hopcats wearing their blue jerseys. They're going to be starting number 2, Lindsey Parr, number 4, Avery Kissinger, number 10, Abby Musalek, number 11, Tatum Krikak, number 13, Ryan Spaka. As for the Centurions, they're going to be wearing their white jerseys with the maroon trim. They're going to be starting number 0, Kaylee Coughlin, number 1, Kira Wooden, number 12, Taya Christensen, number 22, Jenna Fanta, and number 24, Paige Crawford. Number 14, Sydney Davis. Missed her on there. Don't want to miss her. She's their leading scorer. We'll be calling her name quite a bit. Ready to tip things off. Ball is up in the air, and the tip is controlled by Centura. Controlling things right away will be Kira Wooden. She gives it off now to Paige Crawford. Crawford now over to Christensen. Christensen tries to throw in a lob pass to Davis. That's going to go over her head the other way, and St. Cecelia will control the ball. Lindsey Parr inbounds the ball to Tatum Krikak. Centura putting on a full court press here early on. And St. Cecelia is going to break that relatively easily. It's a nice ball moving up the floor. Ryan's back on the left side. Cross-court pass to Musalek on the right wing. Down low now to Tatum Krikak. Krikak trying to get a shot up. Instead tries to go cross-court to Sabaka. And now she's going to throw it out of bounds. Ryan Sabaka tried to kind of just batting it back in there instead of just grabbing it. Probably wasn't the best decision, but nevertheless, it's going to go to Centura. So Kira Wooden advances it into the front court for Centura. Passes it off now to Paige Crawford. Crawford over to Christensen. Christensen puts up a three from the left wing. Off front iron. Rolls around. No good. Avery Kissinger controls the board. Kissinger now throws it up to Krikak on the right wing. Krikak over to Kissinger in the corner. Puts up a three. That's good. Avery Kissinger gets our first points of this D1 championship game with a three-pointer from the right side corner. St. Cecilia takes a 3-0 lead. And now Centura will throw it out of bounds. Here, Wooden trying to get it to Coughlin. And so St. Cecilia will take over once more. The ball lost underneath media row here. And they're able to retrieve it from there. So now Lindsey Parr will be able to trigger the inbounds pass. Centura still putting on a full court press here. Not a super intense one, but kind of just a soft three-quarter court one here. Probably looking for some traps around the half-court line. Sabaka cross-court pass to Musalek, and that's going to go out of bounds. So probably not the best decision there from St. Cecilia trying to make the cross-court passes here. They were doing a pretty good job there, just weaving it back and forth up the floor. I think if they just continue to do that, they shouldn't have too much problems with this press. That's exactly what Centura wants, is to force some easy turnovers here early on. So Centura controlling now. Here's a shot from the far corner from my vantage point. That's going to be no good. Putting up that shot was number 12, Taya Christensen. No good. And now we're going to have a rebound for St. Cecilia and a foul here on the Centurions. That's going to go on number 1, Kira Wooden. So it's going to be Wooden's first foul of the game. First team foul for Centura. 6:25 to just a 3-0 lead here for St. Cecilia over Centura. Sabaka here right in front of media row. Now back to Lindsey Parr across court now to Kissinger. Lindsey Parr now controls at the logo, top of the key. Over to Krikak on the left wing. Finds Musalek on the free throw line. Entry pass to Sabaka. Now Sabaka's going to get tied up here and lose the ball. And now Centura will go the other way. Nearly a double dribble there for Kira Wooden. Instead, though, it ends up in the hands of their leading scorer, Sydney Davis. Puts up a three from the right wing. No good. Now the Hawkettes have it on the other side of the floor. Tatum Krikak looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets it to Kissinger on the right wing. Avery Kissinger trying to get a post entry pass to Sabaka. And knocked away there by Sydney Davis. Now this one's going to be stolen away once more by the Centurions as Kaylee Coughlin's able to take that one away. Three-pointer now from the left wing from Davis. That's good. So a couple of three-pointers traded here so far from the two leading scorers for each of these teams. Kissinger for the Hawkettes and Davis for the Centurions. Coming into this one, Avery Kissinger averaging 11.5 per game on the season there for the Hawkettes. As for Sydney Davis, she's averaging just over 15 points per game. The senior guard stands at 6 foot, really good size for a guard, but she's able to handle the ball and shoot the ball well. So should be a good matchup on hand here. Once again, our score 3-3, 5:15 to go. We had our first 30-second timeout here from the Centurions. So we kept it right here. Once again, we'll have coverage all day long of high school basketball right here, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll have every single championship game here from Pinnacle Bank Arena. It's going to be St. Cecilia ball out of the timeout here. So Lindsey Parr now to trigger the inbounds pass once more, gets it in easily. Emery Vargas now into the game here for St. Cecilia. Substitution for Centura as well. Number 5, Katie Hadenfeld is into the game. Krikak now at the free throw line out to Kissinger on the right wing, puts up a deep three. That's good. Avery Kissinger 2 for 2 on three-pointers early in this one. And St. Cecilia takes a 6-3 lead with 4:52 to go in the first. Into the front court, Kira Wooden. Now controlling the ball here on the right wing, Taya Christensen trying to work against Lindsey Parr. Now she stepped on the sideline there, so it's going to go back to St. Cecilia. Bit of an unforced turnover there by the Centurions. Lindsey Parr there gets it away to Sabaka. Now Parr dribbling it up the floor. Sabaka here in the corner. Bad place to be. He gets it up to Krikak, though. Krikak's layup is up and good. And one. Tatum Krikak's going to head to the free throw line for one more. So that foul goes on number 14, Sydney Davis. That's her first foul of the ball game. Second team foul for the Centurions. Now we're going to have a timeout here on the floor, taken by Greg Burnt and the St. Cecilia Hawkettes. And it looks like this is going to be a full timeout, so we'll take a quick 30-second break. Once again, you are listening to high school basketball here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Avery Kissinger gets things going early here for the Hawkettes here in this one of St. Cecelia. The 5'6" freshman guard who averages 11.5 points per game on the season is 2 for 2 from the three-point line, including a college range three there on her last shot. Krikak also into the scorebook early on here for the Hawkettes. The 5'8" junior guard, averaging 9 a game, has a chance to go to the free throw line here out of this timeout and possibly get one more. Centura already with a couple of team fouls early in this one as they trail by St. Cecelia by 5 points here with 4:26 to go in the first quarter. So Krikak now to the free throw line, and everybody gets into position and ready to go here. Krikak's free throw is up and good. So Tatum Krikak able to complete the three-point play. Kier Wooden controlling here for the Centurions. Getting to the rim, puts up a layup, that's good. So Kier Wooden, the second leading scorer there on that Centurions team, the 5'4" junior guard, gets her first points of the game. 4 minutes to go, 4-point lead for St. Cecelia. Krikak now on the right elbow, tries to get an entry pass to Sabaka. That's knocked away, but now Sabaka gets it back. Now out to the top of the key to Krikak. Lindsey Parr thought about a three from the left wing there. Now swinging it around. Emery Vargas from the right corner. That is good. Emery Vargas off the bench comes in and hits a big three there for St. Cecelia. St. Cecelia still 100% from the field here. Shot now up from about 4 feet out from Taya Christensen is good. So a bit of an answer there for the Centurions. They still trail by 5 here to St. Cecelia with 3:22 to go in the first. Avery Kissinger calls from the ball from Vargas here. She's on the top of the key, double teamed here. Gets it away to Lindsey Parr on the left wing. Now down to Krikak on the block. Back out to Parr in the corner. Kissinger now on the left wing. Centurions running a 2-3 zone here against the Hawkettes. Now Lindsey Parr puts up a three from the corner. That's going to go off the top of the backboard and collected by Sabaka. Now out to Vargas on the right wing. Try to make an entry pass to Sabaka here. That's going to be no good. Sabaka gets it back though now. And now the Centurions are able to take it away here from Sabaka as she got tied up a little bit there. In the front court, here's Wooden once more. Top of the key working against Lindsey Parr. Now it's in the hands of Christensen working against Vargas. Taken away here by Kissinger. Avery Kissinger trying to push it up the floor. Has to pick up her dribble after some pressure from Christensen. Now here comes Krikak up the floor. Passes it up to Lindsey Parr. So my correction, it's not a 2-3 zone. It's actually a box and one. The Centurions are trying to completely take away Avery Kissinger as she puts up a three from the left wing. That's no good. So right now, Taya Christensen is just chasing Avery Kissinger wherever she goes and trying to deny her the ball no matter what. Now a drive to the lane here by Wooden. And good defense there by Tatum Krikak. Staying straight up, no call on the floor as some bodies hit the deck there. Inbounds pass here for the Centurions. Gets into Haddonfeld. Now controlled by Sydney Davis, their leading scorer. Down on the right block. Can't really see here behind the ref, but now she's going to get it away to Kier Wooden. Davis thought about a three from the right wing there. Now she tries driving against Krikak, and Krikak's going to be called for a foul. So Tatum Krikak's going to pick up the first team foul of the day there for the St. Cecelia Hawkettes. Foul was on the ground, so Centura will take it out underneath the hoop. Pass into Haydenfeld. Looking for someone to go with it. Gets it away now. It's Kira Wooden controlling it on the right wing. Sydney Davis, top of the key now, gets a screen from Wooden, trying to get to the rim. And the St. Cecelia fans begging for a travel there, but Davis gets to the rim and puts it in for two. No call on the floor. Cuts the lead to 3 with 1:30 to go in the first quarter. Emery Vargas into the front court. Gets it away to Abby DeMuth, who's into the game for the first time. Now Krikak pops from the right elbow. Now rebounded by Abby DeMuth. She puts it back up. That's good. Abby Musalek, gets the rebound and puts it back up for 2. Right wing now, here is Crawford. Crawford gets away to Davis. Davis driving against Krikak once more, puts it up off the glass. That's good. Sydney Davis with a couple of nice plays here back to back to keep the Centurions within 3. Vargas now over to DeMuth. Kissinger doing whatever she can to get open here as she continues to be chased, this time by Crawford. Krikak now on the free throw line, gets away to Vargas right wing. Vargas steps back, puts up a 3. That's good. St. Cecelia is shooting the lights out from three-point range here early on. 4 for 6 now from the three-point line for the Hawkettes. 2 from Kissinger and 2 from Vargas. Kira Wooden working against Kissinger here. She gets into the lane, puts up a little floater. That's good off the glass. Tell you what, folks, both these teams playing really, really well on offense so far. 8 seconds to go here. 4-point lead for St. Cecelia. Cross-court pass to Vargas on the left lane. Pump fakes. Now she'll shoot. Blocked by Wooden. Collected by Krikak. Puts up a shot. 2 seconds off the back iron. No good. And after 1 quarter, Hastings St. Cecelia leads Centura by 17. They lead 17-13. A 4-point lead here as we head to the second quarter. Great game here so far. Both teams very efficient on offense. We'll be back, though, in 60 seconds for the start of the second quarter right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for the D1 state championship game here in Nebraska High School Girls State Basketball. As we begin the second quarter, St. Cecelia leads Centura by a score of 17-13 behind some great first quarter shooting from both Avery Kissinger and Emery Vargas. 4 for 7 from the three-point line right now here for the Hawkettes. As for the Centurions, they've been playing well as well. Kira Wooden's had a couple of nice finishes down low. Same with her teammate Sydney Davis. The 2 leading scorers so far here for the Centurions are doing a nice job of keeping them in the game. Here's Kissinger on the left wing once more. Emery Vargas now works to the top of the key. Kissinger calling for the ball in the corner. Now she's going to be double-teamed. Now back up top to Vargas, and that's going to be knocked away here by Wooden. Wooden pushing up the floor, loses the ball out of control a little bit here, and now it's going to roll out of bounds. And so it will go right back to St. Cecelia. Kira Wooden with a nice defensive play there, but unable to chase the ball down as it rolls all the way to the other end out of bounds. So as I mentioned there in the first quarter, the Centurions were boxing one Avery and Kissinger for a while. We'll see if they continue to do that. Looking like they're going to fall more back into just a typical 2-3 zone here with just kind of an emphasis on knowing where she's at. Kissinger here in the corner gets it down low to Sabaka. That's good. Ryan Sabaka gets her first points of the game. Sabaka was the leading scorer in their quarterfinal game that we had here on the ticket a couple days ago. Now a 3 up from the corner from Haydenfeld. That's going to be no good. Or excuse me, that's going to be Christensen putting up that 3-pointer. It ends up falling into the hands of St. Cecelia. So 7-11 left here in the first half. 19-13 the score in favor of the Hawkettes. Lindsey Parr into the front court, swings it over to Vargas. Vargas now trying to work against Christensen here. Just playing some catch here are Vargas and Parr. Now Kissinger in the right corner gets to Sabaka. Sabaka hits the deck, and I believe we're going to have a foul called here on the floor. And looking like this is going to go on number 1, Kira Wooden. And it in fact does. It's going to be her second foul of the game, so that's something to definitely keep an eye on here. Lindsey Parr taking it out of bounds, tries to get into Sabaka. She does. Sabaka puts up a shot. That's good. 2 very easy points there for the Hawkettes. Centurion is going to have to guard that one a little bit better. Can't just let Parr lob it over the top to Sabaka and let her put it in easily for 2 like that. Centura trying to work it around the perimeter a little bit here. Kier Wooden at the top of the key. Sydney Davis trying to get some positioning against Sabaka down low. Now it's a lob pass from Wooden. And Davis puts it up, and it's going to be a foul on the play. And then call this on number 10, Abby Musalek. It's going to be her first foul of the game. Second team foul here for St. Cecelia. So going to the line is number 14, Sydney Davis, the senior guard. Puts up her first shot. That's no good. Second free throw from Davis up and off front iron. Tipped out, though, by the Centurions and collected by Davis. Now she has it on the left wing, working against Lindsey Parr. And we're going to get a charge call here as Sydney Davis may have extended the arm a little bit there as she tried to get past Lindsey Parr. It's going to be her second personal foul of the game, the third team foul here on the Centurions. .6:23 to go here in the first half. Still an 8-point lead for St. Cecelia. Lindsey Parr into the front court, swings it over to Emery Vargas. Vargas now to Krikak on the free throw line. Now Kissinger for 3 from the corner. That one lips out. Vargas, though, gets the offensive rebound. Now it's going to be a foul on the Centurions. I believe it's going to be a loose ball foul here on Kaylee Coughlin. And that, in fact, it is. Kaylee Coughlin picks up her first foul of the game. 5 team fouls now here on the Centurions. 6:09 to go. Gets it into Kissinger, right corner. Her three-pointer, good. Avery Kissinger with her third three-pointer of the game. And St. Cecelia takes an 11-point lead, their first double-digit lead of the ballgame. Centura looking for some offense now. In the corner is Crawford, back up to Wooden on the left wing. Wooden gets a screen here from Christensen. Now we're going to have a foul call. I think we're going to get Lindsey Parr here for riding the hip of Wooden a little bit too aggressively. 13 foul there for the Hawkettes. Here Wooden now out on the right wing extended. Swings it over to Christensen. Christensen gets a screen. Now she's going to try and spin into the lane. Back out to Wooden on the left wing. Wooden guarded by Parr here. Thought about a three-pointer, instead gives it right back to Christensen. Christensen now into the lane, puts up a shot, no good, but there is a foul called. She'll be heading to the line for 2. This foul call is going to go number 13 to Ryan Sabaka. First personal foul there for Sabaka. 4th team foul here for St. Cecelia. First free throw from Taya Christensen's up and no good. Second free throw here from the 5'7" senior guard is up and no good once more. Rebounded by Sabaka, and now St. Cecelia takes it the other way. Lindsey Parr crosses the timeline, now swings it over to Krikak on the left wing. Krikak gives it to Sabaka, who pops up to the top of the key to help her out. Now Krikak gets it back down low on the right block on a pass from Vargas. Tries to put up a shot, but she is fouled. She'll be on the line for 2. This foul is going to go on number 0, Kaylee Coughlin once more. And so second foul for her. So something to keep an eye on here for the Centurions. 3 of their top 4 scorers with 2 fouls here in the first half as Krikak puts in the first free throw. Sydney Davis and Kira Wooden, their top 2, and then Kaylee Coughlin, their 4th leading scorer, all with 2 fouls. So one or more of those three get into foul trouble, Centura could have even more struggle scoring on offense. Tatum Krikak able to put in free throw number 2 here, so Hastings St. Cecelia pushes their lead up to 13 now, 26-13. The Centurions still unable to score here in the second quarter. Kierwood on the right wing gets a screen. Now going to pop from the free throw line. Off back iron, rebounded here by Vargas. And now it's swung over to Lindsey Parr. She will bring it up the floor. Lindsey Parr over to Krikak on the left wing. Sabaka down low, working against her defender. Puts it up. That's good. Ryan Sabaka with a nice drop step into the middle of the lane there. Puts it up with her right hand. And that results in 2. Christensen now on the left wing trying to work against Krikak. Puts up a wild shot. And it's going to be a foul here. So this one's going to go on Krikak. Tatum Krikak with her second foul of the ball game. 4:26 to go here. 28-13 lead now for St. Cecelia. First free throw for Christensen up and no good. So Centura struggling to hit some free throws here early on. Having Musalek checks back into the game here for St. Cecelia. Krikak heads to the bench. Second free throw for Christensen up and no good once more off front iron. Rebound though by Lakota Shaluski. She hits the deck now and taken away by St. Cecelia. Lindsey Parr trying to work up the floor. Also worth noting, Centura now 0 for 6 from the free throw line. They're going to have to start hitting some of those easy ones if they want to stay in this ballgame. Now trailing by 15 with 4:10 left to go. Kissinger back into the game now for St. Cecelia. She's out on the right wing extended, guarded by Kira Wooden. Swings it over to Musalek, who jab steps now. Will nearly have it taken away here. Gets it over to Vargas on the right wing. Sabaka now top of the key. Kissinger cuts through the lane. Nothing there, though. Vargas now trying to get it to Sabaka. Ball knocked away for a moment, though. Sabaka gets back out to Musalek. She puts up a 3. No good. It comes up with nothing but air. Lindsey Parr tries saving it from going out of bounds, but it's unsuccessful. And now the Centurions will go the other way. Coming into the game for the Centurions for the first time tonight, number 3, Hope McDonald, 5'7" sophomore guard. Exiting is going to be number 0, Kaylee Coughlin. So Centura moving up the floor here, 3:40 to go, still trailing by 15. Crossing into the front court is number 12, Taya Christensen. Hands it off to Wooden. Wooden now trying to get into the lane, puts up a shot. That's going to be no good, but there's going to be a foul called. And I believe this will go on number 3, Emery Vargas. And in fact, it does. Emery Vargas with her first foul of the ball game. That's going to be 6 team fouls now on St. Cecelia. So both teams 1 foul away from going into the bonus. First free throw up and no good, off back iron. So 0 for 7 now for Centura. Still looking for that first free throw make. Here Wooden. 5'4" junior guard puts in the second free throw and off front iron again here. Centura's got to start making some free throws. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night for them. Lindsey Parr crosses the timeline into the front court. Spins off her defender. Now trying to get to the right wing. Taken away here by Wooden. Wooden trying to corral the ball. Now she gives it up to her teammate Christensen. Christensen loses it, and she'll have to pull it back out. Fast break attempt there for the Centurions, but couldn't quite get a handle on the ball here. Now Christensen will spin, put up a shot, and we're going to have another whistle here. This one's going to go on number 4, Avery Kissinger, her first foul of the ball game. So 3:08 left to go here in the first half. 15-point lead for the Hawkettes. Free throw from Christensen here is up and good. The Centurions finally get their first free throw make. They're now 1 for 9 from the line. Into the game here for the Hawkettes. Number 11, Tatum Krikak, and number 12, Addie DeMuth. Heading to the benches, number 3, Emery Vargas, and number 2, Lindsey Parr. I believe this is the first time Parr's exited the game for St. Cecelia. And second free throw up and good from Taya Christensen once more. Now we're going to have a timeout, full timeout here by the Centurions. So we'll take a break with them as well. Our score 28-15 in favor of St. Cecelia. 3:08 left to go here in the first half. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back for more high school basketball here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Once again, I'm Carter Longy, bringing you all the action today from our D1 championship game here in the Nebraska State Girls Basketball Championships. The Hastings St. Cecelia Hawkettes lead 28-15 over the Centura Centurions. Again, St. Cecelia looking for their fourth championship in the last 5 years. They've won just last year as well in 2022, so looking to go back-to-back here. So 13-point lead, 3:08 to go. Tatum Krikak bringing the ball up the floor, working against Taya Christensen. Crosses over, now she gives it up to Vargas. Vargas right wing gets it to Sabaka on the top of the key. Sabaka now Krikak on the left wing. Krikak tries to go up in between the triple team. She's going to be fouled here, and Taya Christensen doesn't like the call. But nevertheless, Krikak heading to the line for two more. First foul of the game here on Christensen. 17th foul there for the Centurions, so the Hawkettes will be in the bonus going forward as Krikak's first free throw probably touched every single part of the rim it could before dropping. Krikak's second free throw up and good once more. So Tatum Krikak, a good performance there from the line. She's gone 4 for 4 on free throws tonight. 5 for 5 on free throws tonight. Lead has now been pushed out to 15 once more here for St. Cecelia. 30-15 is our score. 2:40 to go in the first half. Kira Wooden spins off Vargas, puts up a layup, and a nice move there by Kira Wooden to get into the lane and put two more in for the Centurions. Adding to Muth here on the left wing. Now down low to Sabaka, knocked away by Sydney Davis. And now here come the Centurions. Sydney Davis bringing the ball up the floor. Crosses over now to her left, puts up a shot. Good defense there by Sabaka. And Sabaka pushes it up to Krikak. Emery Vargas swings it over to Avery Kissinger on the right wing. She goes down low to Krikak, puts up a shot, no good. Way too strong there for Tatum Krikak. And now she's going to be called for a foul, I believe. One of the things you hate most as a coach is to see a foul 90 feet away from the basket. Especially when you're in the bonus, because now Sydney Davis goes all the way down to the other end to shoot some free throws. It's also Tatum Krikak's third foul of the ball game. So that's also not great news there for the Hawkettes, as you probably don't want Krikak, who's one of your better players, to be in foul trouble here early on. Sydney Davis's first free throw is up and good. So she hits the front half of the 1-and-1. Davis's second free throw up and good. So Sydney Davis goes perfect from the line that time. Lead's been cut to 11 now here for St. Cecelia as we cross the 2-minute threshold. And this ball nearly taken away here by Christensen. She was able to knock it away there from Abby Musalek for a moment, but it ends up going out of bounds as she tried to save it. St. Cecelia taking it out now. Kissinger will trigger the inbounds pass. Parr comes up to get it. Lindsey Parr trying to swing it over to Emery Vargas. Some very tight defense there from Taya Christensen. And now she's going to be called for a foul. I thought maybe she could have been called before that. And now this time she does. So Taya Christensen getting a little aggressive there on defense. Going to pick up her second foul of the ball game. And again, that's going to be 18 fouls now here for the Centurions. So going to the line will be Emery Vargas. Vargas is a 46% free throw shooter on the year, but hasn't had a whole lot of attempts there either. So Vargas now gets the ball at the free throw line. First one up and no good. So Vargas unable to complete the first half of the 1-1, so does not get an attempt on the back half. Good pass here from Davis down low, and putting up the shot for 2 is Paige Crawford. She gets into the scorebook for the first time tonight, and now the lead has been cut back to single digits. Lindsey Parr pushes it up floor here to Musalek. Now back to Kissinger, who's going to slow it down a little bit here on the right wing. Gives it up to Lindsey Parr, top of the key. Lindsey Parr now over to Abby Musalek on the right wing. Now giving up to Kissinger. Kissinger down low to Vargas. Vargas blocked from behind by Sydney Davis. And now the Centurions will push it up the floor. Wooden now way up the floor. And now Sydney Davis, right wing, trying to go against the back here. Puts up a wild shot. No good, but it's going to go off Musalek, who wasn't really quite expecting the ball to come down quite abruptly, I don't think. And so now it will be Centura ball once more. Kiera Wooden taking it out of bounds here for Centurions. Tries to get into Sydney Davis right away. And there's going to be a foul called here right away. I'm going to guess it's going to go against Ryan Sabatka. So Sabatka does pick up her, I believe, second foul of the game. Sydney Davis going to go to the free throw line, trailing by 9. 55 seconds left to go here in the first half. So Sydney Davis, the 15-point per game score here for Centura, puts the first one in. Speaking of her 15 points per game, she's already up to 10 in this one. Sydney Davis dribbles the ball a few times, puts it up, and good. And so Sydney Davis goes 2 for 2 from the line once more. She's gone 4 for 4 in her last 2 trips to the line. Kissinger gets it up the floor here to Musalek. Musalek now going to hand it back off to Kissinger. Kissinger swings it over to DeMuth. DeMuth now Musalek on the left wing. Musalek looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets it over to DeMuth. Now it's Vargas on the right wing. Gets down low to Musalek on the block. Trying to work against Sydney Davis, but Sydney Davis has got some ridiculous length, and she is going to just block that one and really catches it. Now she pops from the right wing, and Sydney Davis off front iron, falls her own shot and gets her rebound. And now she's going to be fouled right after she got the offensive rebound, and Sydney Davis will go to the line once more. So St. Cecelia up by 15 at one point. Now been cut all the way back down to 7 points here with 27 seconds to go. Sydney Davis a chance to cut it back to 5 here. First one up and good. Sydney Davis doing a great job here from the free throw line for the Centurions here in the second quarter. She's 5 for 5 in the second quarter from the free throw line. Second one up and good once more. And now we're going to have a substitution. The way the ref blew the whistle, I thought it might have been a timeout there for a moment, but just a sub, so we will keep it here. Lindsey Parr going to take it out of bounds here. Full court press here from the Centurions. Gets it into Vargas. Now Parr, middle of the court, trying to work up the floor here slowly. Gets it to DeMuth here on the left side right in front of me. Now it's going to be Musalek here near half court. And 10 seconds called. St. Cecelia turns it over. And Centura will get the ball back. 5-point game here, 15.7 seconds to go in the first half. Taking it out of bounds here for the Centurions is going to be number 24, Paige Crawford. She gets it in to Hope McDonald. McDonald gives it back up to Crawford. Crawford top of the key, gets it over to Haydenfeld. Haydenfeld now to Crawford. Crawford puts up a shot, and that's good. Paige Crawford able to put the shot down. Her second bucket of the game. And that's going to be the final buzzer, and Centura able to climb their way all the way back into this one after being down 15 points. They go on a 12-0 run to end the first half. Our score 30-27, still in favor of St. Cecelia. But we'll take a quick break here for a few minutes, and then we'll come back and recap that first half for you all right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett. A new year means new goals and upgrading, but that doesn't only apply to health and fitness. Mullen Motors can get you into a new vehicle right now and get your 2023 started off the right way. They cleared off their 2022 inventory and have tons of new vehicles to choose from to make sure you get to where you need to be this year. Out with the old and in with the new. Stop by Mullen Motors today, just north of 48th and Lake.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into PBA for our halftime report of this D1 championship game in between the Hastings St. Cecelia Hawkettes and the Centura Centurions. Hastings St. Cecelia leads the game 30-27 at the break. First quarter, of course, if you were with us for that, you know there's a lot of back and forth, both teams scoring the ball pretty well. But then open up the second quarter, Hastings St. Cecelia opened up on a 13-2 run and took a 30-15 lead with, I believe, about 4 minutes left to go. 4:41 was when they led by 15 in the second quarter. So, looking like he was maybe going to get out of hand a little bit as Centura was really struggling to do anything right, and St. Cecelia just was shooting the lights out. And then all of a sudden, the tide just completely flipped and switched as Centura ended up going on a 12-0 run there to end the half, to cut it back to a 3-point game. Sydney Davis with a fantastic first half there for the Centura Centurions. The senior guard had 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 big blocks in that first half to help push her team back into this game. Kira Wooden, the junior guard, I believe, also with a good first half with 6 points there for the Centurions. As for St. Cecelia, like I said, they shot the lights out there early on. Avery Kissinger, 3 for 5 from the 3-point line, gives her 9 points. And then also Emery Vargas hit a couple 3-pointers there for them as well. But their second leading scorer there in the first half was actually Tatum Krikak, who had just one field goal make, but went 5 for 5 from the free throw line. So that's very impressive. Looking at the free throw line, though, that's something that's kind of important and was really key in Centura really getting back into this game. Early on, they were unable to hit a free throw. I believe they started the game 0 for 8, and since then they've gone 8 for 8. So Sydney Davis and Taya Christensen both able to hit 8 free throws in a row there after missing quite a few there in the beginning of the game. So I mentioned it early on that if they were going to have to start hitting free throws if they wanted to get back in this game, and that's what they did. So they're still only 8 for 16. 50% obviously isn't a great number, but it's much better when you look at the fact that they were 0% there early on in the game and quite a ways into the game before they finally got their first free throw. Looking at some of the game totals here so far for both these teams, both teams shooting 50% from the field. But the difference there is probably that St. Cecelia has been shooting 50% from the 3-point line compared to Centura's 16.7%. As for the free throw line, St. Cecelia 83.3% from the free throw line compared to Centura's 50% from the free throw line. However, Centura has had quite a few more opportunities. They're 8 for 16 compared to St. Cecilia's 5 for 6. Looking at the turnovers for both these teams, St. Cecilia turned the ball over 9 times there in the first half, and Centura turned the ball over 7 times. So that's kind of your halftime report. Once again, our score 30-27 in favor of Hastings St. Cecelia over the Centura Centurions. Before we throw it back to break, though, really quick, we want to again give a shout out to our sponsors: EP Foundation Repair, Platte Valley Equipment, Doane University Roofing Service Company, NDOT Highway Safety Office, A1 Automotive, Southeast Community College, High Electric, Members Owned Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, and Mosaic of Southeast Nebraska. Once again, high school basketball is not possible here at 93.7 The Ticket without all of our great sponsors, so we'd like to give them a great big shout out. But with that, we'll throw it back to another commercial. We're just over 3 minutes away here from the start of the second half here at Pinnacle Bank Arena between the Hastings St. Cecelia Hawkettes and the Centura Centurions. So we'll be right back here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hey guys, this is Lindsay Teal from Nebraska Golf Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world: St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, Southern Hills. the best of the best. You can play those courses and more without ever leaving the city of Lincoln at Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle has the city's best golf simulators, 5 high-quality bays that track ball speed, launch angle, club speed, spin rate, and more to give you the most accurate gameplay. Check it out for yourself year-round. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once more to Pinnacle Bank Arena for our D1 state championship game here between the Hastings St. Cecelia Hawkettes and the Centura Centurions. 30-27 is our score here as we begin the second half. It's going to be Centurions ball here as we get going. Once again, our leading scorers there from the first half were Sydney Davis with 13 for Centura and Avery Kissinger with 9 for the Hawkettes. And it makes sense as both those two players have led their teams in scoring all season long, so we'll see if they can keep it up here. If you're St. Cecelia, you're going to have to kind of figure something out here because they, obviously had a big lead at one point, but a lot of that was due to just some stellar shooting there at the beginning of the game, which I'm just not sure is sustainable to continue shooting 50% from the free throw line at such a high clip. So they're going to have to, figure out another way here to score points on Centura and also figure out a way to stop them a little bit here on offense and avoid fouling so much because that's where almost all of Centura's points came in that comeback is they hit 8 free throws there and part of that 15-point comeback there. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. St. Cecelia now with the ball. Lindsey Parr at the top of the key. She's going to back it out and set up the offense. Centura decides to go man here to begin the second half as they were sitting in the zone for a lot of that first half. Going to guess a lot of that has to probably do with how well St. Cecelia was shooting, as 2-3 is usually not the best thing to do against a great three-point shooting team. Ryan Sabaka just put up a layup there a moment ago, was no good, so Centura the other way now. Driving to the lane is number 0, Kaylee Coughlin. She loses the ball. Now it's back out to Sydney Davis. She puts up a 3 from the right wing. That's off front iron, rebounded by Tatum Krikak. And now Lindsey Parr will bring it back the other way. Lindsey Parr gives it up to Kissinger on the right wing. Kissinger now to Krikak, top of the key. Krikak to Parr on the left wing. Now down low to Sabaka. Knocked away by Sydney Davis. And now Centura will bring it the other way. St. Cecelia haven't had much luck with the post entries to Sabaka today. Sydney Davis with a lot of length there, being 6 foot tall. Some long arms too, so it's going to be tough all night to try and get post entries there to Ryan Sabaka. Now Sabaka's going to do the same thing, though, and deny a post entry to Sydney Davis, but the ball's rolling around on the floor here. Sydney Davis, the one laying out on the floor for it, and it's going to go to St. Cecelia. St. Cecelia will take it back the other way. No points yet here in the second half. Still a 30-27 ball game in favor of the St. Cecelia Hawkettes with 6:19 to go. Parr now gets it into Vargas. Vargas back to Parr. Parr will bring it up the floor. Looks up the floor for a moment. Thought about maybe a full court pass there to Krikak, but decides better against that. Emery Vargas now on the left wing. Back up to Parr. Now swung around to Krikak. Sabaka on the free throw line. Sabaka going to give Lindsey Parr a screen here, trying to get into the lane. Now kicks back out to Emery Vargas in the corner. Three-pointer, no good, off the back iron. And now a rebound by Sabaka. She loses it, though, and now it's going to be controlled here by Centura. And Avery Kissinger picks up an unnecessary foul right here for the Hawkettes. Ball was controlled there by Paige Crawford of Centura, and Kissinger just kind of tried doing a little poke from behind, and probably just something unnecessary there for the Hawkettes as she picks up a foul. So a one-team foul here for the Hawkettes early in the second half. Crawford on the left wing, guarded by Krikak. Hands it off now to Christensen. She tries spinning against Parr. That's not going to work. Now the ball is lost a little bit here, but Centura is able to gather it back out by the logo. Now head coach Lathan Brown tells his guard, Kiera Wooden, to go get the ball, as she's kind of the main point guard controlling the ball here, as there was kind of some chaos going on out there near the half-court line. Now Kiera Wooden will get to the rim and be fouled, so she'll go to the free throw line for two. It's going to go on Avery Kissinger. So Avery Kissinger, after picking up that first kind of ticky-tacky foul there, quickly up to 3 fouls here early in the second half. We'll see if head coach Greg Burnt decides to leave her in. It's looking like he will. So first free throw here from Wooden's up and good. Kiera Wooden able to get the free throw to go. That's her first make at the free throw line of the game. She went 0 for 2 from the free throw line there in the first half. So get the monkey off the back there from the free throw line. Second free throw now from Wooden's put up, and that one will bounce around and fall as well. So Kiera Wooden now goes 2 for 2 from the line, cuts the lead to 1. St. Cecelia leads 30-29, 5:10 to go in the third quarter. Parr gets it away to Krikak here on the left wing. Krikak gets a screen here from Sabaka, trying to drive down the right side of that lane, kicks it back out to Vargas on the right wing. Kissinger now out on the top of the key, gets it to Krikak, right wing. Krikak thought out a three-pointer, now decides to drive against the smaller Wooden, and she's going to get the charge call. And the St. Cecelia fans very upset there. Might have been a bit of an acting job there by Wooden. But the call does go down as a charge, and the Centurions will take it the other way. That's Krikak's 4th foul of the ball game, so head coach Greg Burnt quickly sends Abby Musalek to go check in. Now we're going to have a push call here on Emery Vargas. That's going to be Vargas' second foul of the game. So St. Cecelia, same thing that kind of happened there at the end of the first half. A lot of fouling here from St. Cecelia. Musalek comes in for Krikak as expected. Krikak with 7 points there in the first half for St. Cecelia. She averages 9 on the year, so tough to lose one of your top scorers, as layup no good from Christensen. And now St. Cecelia is back the other way. Emery Vargas jump stops across the line, nearly traveled there. Parr out of Musalek on the left wing. Down low to Sabaka, and she puts a shot no good, but she is fouled there by Sydney Davis. So she's going to go to the free throw line for 2. Sydney Davis, 3 personal fouls now. And looking like we might get a sub for her. First team foul here for Centura in the second half. Now we're going to have a timeout on the floor. And no signal on if it was 30 or full yet. And it looks like it is a full timeout as the players head to the bench. So we'll take a break as well here. 30-29 is our score. 4:27 left to go here in the third quarter. You're listening to high school basketball here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in. Carter Longy here with you for our D1 state championship here for Nebraska girls state high school basketball. Our score 30-29 in favor of the Hastings St. Cecelia Hawkettes over the Centura Centurions. Hardly any scoring going on here in the third quarter so far. Our only points so far of the quarter have come from 2 Kira Wooden free throws. But now we will head back to the free throw line once more here for some Ryan Sabatka free throws for St. Cecelia. So St. Cecelia trying to push that lead back out to 3 after it was cut by 1 by the Wooden free throws. Sabatka, a 57% free throw shooter on the season. Her first free throw is up and good. So Ryan Sabatka gets St. Cecelia back into the scoring column for the first time here in the second half. Sabaka's second up and good once more. Ryan Sabatka good for 2 for 2 from the free throw line there. 4:20 to go here in the third quarter, 32-29 in favor of St. Cecelia. Kira Wooden trying to drive down low. Now a nice little bounce pass to Lakota Shaluski. And so her first point of the ball game there. Nice pass there for Kira Wooden as she penetrated down low on the left side of the lane and then bounced past it across the lane for an easy 2 points. 4:02 to go, 32 to 31. And that shot from Musalek is no good. So Kira Wooden now crosses the timeline. And the front court gets a screen here from Shaluski. Thought about a deep 3 there. Instead gives up to Sydney Davis, top of the key. Davis now, that's going to be a travel. And so Sydney Davis kind of got caught with one of those travels that we kind of see a lot there in high school when a player takes the 1 step and then jump stops. And of course, that's going to result in 3 steps. So ball will go back to St. Cecelia. 1 point lead here for the Hawkettes, trying to keep this lead that they've had for nearly the entire game. And now we're going to have a foul here on Christensen. Taya, that is. It's going to be her third personal foul, second team foul for the Centurions. A lot of fouls called so far in this game. 30-second timeout here for St. Cecelia. But like I was just saying, a lot of kind of ticky-tacky things going on here for both teams. We've already got 4 team fouls here on St. Cecelia and 2 team fouls on Centura with 3:37 to go here in the third quarter. A 1 point lead for St. Cecelia, 32-31. But, looking back at that first half, too, we saw 10 team fouls from St. Cecelia and 8 team fouls from Centura. And not that, the officiating has been bad or anything like that, but it's been consistent, that's for sure. But you do wish they probably let the players play a little bit more here in the championship game and let the play kind of do the talking on the floor here rather than the free throw line. Either way, though, you got to kind of figure out a way to win the game, however it's being called, no matter what. So both these teams still out there working hard, and we do have a good game on our hands here. It was definitely a high-scoring affair there in the first half, but here in the second half, it's been a little bit lower scoring here as their only points have came from free throws for both teams so far. Or I guess there was one field goal I forgot about just a moment ago. Lakota Shaluski was able to knock down the first field goal of the half there for Centura. But once again, 1 point game, 3:37 to go here in the third quarter. St. Cecelia gets it in. The Centurions putting on a full court press once again here. Avery Kissinger trying to come back and get the ball, but she's chased by Crawford here. Now she gets it across and will set up the offense. With it on the right wing now is DeMuth. Swings it over to Vargas. Lindsey Park got cut wide open into the lane there, but was not seen by her teammates. Sabaka now to Vargas in the corner. Back up to DeMuth on the right wing. Sabaka trying to post up here down low. Lindsey Park trying to look for a post entry. Instead gets it to Vargas on the right wing. Now DeMuth on the right corner. Swung over once more to Vargas. Now it's going to be a foul here in Kissinger as she was being chased around by Crawford. And Crawford got a little too physical there. She tried to stay with Kissinger. It's her first personal foul of the game, though, for Crawford. Third team foul here for Centura in the second half. Kissinger trying to get it in here. Gets it into Lindsey Parr. Once again, Centura sitting in this man defense now rather than the zone. Kissinger comes up to the logo to get it, swings it over to Sabaka on the right wing. Lindsey Parr now at the free throw line. Jab steps, now goes to the right. Now Sabaka for three from the right wing. That's no good. A rare three-point attempt there from Ryan Sabaka. Sydney Davis now trying to go coast to coast. And they're asking for a travel here. And puts it up and in off the glass. St. Cecelia fans were livid after that one. They were begging for a travel on that Sydney Davis drive to the rim. And Centura takes their first lead of the ballgame, I believe. If I remember correctly, yes, that's first lead this entire ballgame here for Centura. So took them until 2:10 left in the third quarter to get ahead of St. Cecelia, but they have done it. Vargas now on the right wing with tough pressure from Wooden. Vargas now tries to go left, now back out to Parr on the right corner. Kissinger now down low, good pass to Sabaka, puts up the shot, no good. And Kira Wooden will control it. Lindsey Parr knocks it away. I don't think she realized she knocks it away there because she didn't go for it. Now we're going to have a timeout, a 30-second one here from Lathan Brown and the Centura Centurions. Centura now leading this ballgame 33-32 over St. Cecelia with 1:50 left to go here in the third quarter. St. Cecelia yet to score a field goal here in the second half. Their only points so far coming from two Ryan Sabaka free throws. Centura playing some very physical defense here so far, not letting St. Cecelia have anything easy, although they did have one blown opportunity here just a moment ago. It's a nice pass from Kissinger across the lane to Sabaka, and Sabaka just came up empty, unfortunately, for St. Cecelia. So we'll see what head coach Greg Burnt wants to do here. They got to figure out something here on offense because Centura has taken away pretty much everything on the perimeter, so if they don't start attacking the rim here and getting some easy buckets, could end up being a long second half here for St. Cecelia. Complete 180 of this game from what it was in the first half. First half, it was fast-paced and lots of threes. Now here in the second half, it's been a slow grind all the way. There's a total of 6 points here scored in the second half so far. Here, Wooden bringing the ball up the floor here for the Centurions. I'm trying to tell here, St. Cecelia may have gone to a 2-3. It's kind of hard to tell if they're still a man or not. Here, Wooden just dribbling here just across the half-court line, just wasting time off the clock. Greg Burnt tells Lindsey Parr to come up and force her to make a move. Now she goes down low and tries to make a bounce pass across to number 10, Rasmussen, but instead it was taken away momentarily by St. Cecelia. Now there's going to be a foul on the floor. We're going to see who this one's going to go on here. It's going to go on number 3, Emery Vargas. It's her third personal foul of the ball game. 15th foul for St. Cecelia. 1:19 to go in the third quarter. Davis inbounds to Wooden. Wooden nearly traveled there as she was trying to decide what to do with the ball there. Wooden now dribbles across to the left wing. Centura trying to get just some screens across here on the blocks down low with Rasmussen and Davis. Now they'll going to set up a little bit of a weave here on the perimeter. Wooden now going down low, puts up a layup, and that's good. Nice move there by Kira Wooden to get down low and score 2 points. Under a minute to go here now in the third quarter. St. Cecelia trailing by 3 to Centura. Sabaka trying to get a screen there for Kissinger, but Kissinger decides to go the other way, and now it's going to go out of bounds, forced out by the Centurions, so it'll stay with St. Cecelia. .48 seconds to go. Kissinger to inbound. Gets it into Lindsey Parr. Parr gets a double screen here. Now Kissinger from the top of the key puts up a 3. No good off back iron. Rebounded by Kira Wooden. And now Centura is going to slow it down here. And I'm going to have to assume they're going to try and take the last shot here with 31 seconds to go. Down to 20 seconds now on the clock for the Centurions. The Centurion fans are on their feet. 3-point lead here for Centura. 10 seconds to go now. Now Wooden's going to initiate the offense and try to get something going here. 5 seconds to go now. Puts it back out here to Coughlin. Now a deep 3 for Kira Wooden, and she nearly got it. Lips out of the rim, but it does end up not going down for Woodens. So it's going to be a 35-32 advantage here for Centura. A 3-point lead as we head to the fourth quarter. We'll take a 60-second break and bring you back for the end of this D1 state championship game right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Cardelangi back with you again as we enter the fourth quarter of our D1 state championship game here between the Hastings St. Cecelia Hawkettes and the Centura Centurions. The Centurions were able to take the lead there with about 2 minutes left in the third quarter for the first time in the ball game, and now lead by 3 points, 35-32 over St. Cecelia. Sydney Davis continues to lead the way here for Centura. 15 points on the ball game. Just 2 points there in the third quarter, but a good defensive effort against Ryan Sabatka, one of the better players here for St. Cecelia. So St. Cecelia will start with the ball. Lindsey Park gets over to Krikak on the left wing, and now it's Kissinger top of the key. Gets it down low to Sabatka. Sabatka tried to put up a shot, but it's going to be rejected by Sydney Davis, and now she pushes it the other way. Kiera Wooden out near the Huskers logo here at PBA. Now pulls it back out to the left wing after she had tried to penetrate for a moment. Controlling the ball now is Taya Christensen on the right wing. Centura continuing to just kind of weave here. And now Kiera Wooden's going to do a bit of a back cut here against Lindsey Parr. Kiera Wooden pulls it way back out now to the Huskers logo once again. 7:13 to go. And now Wooden's going to pop from the left wing. This shot is no good. Rebounded, though, by these Centurions. Back out to Sydney Davis. Right corner three. No good. And the St. Cecilia Hawkettes having a tough time in a rebound here. Sydney Davis puts it up again. She's going to be fouled on the three-point shot. And so Sydney Davis is going to go to the free throw line for 3 attempts. This foul is going to go on number 13, Ryan Sabatka. Third personal foul here for Sabatka in the game. 6:56 to go. Again, 3-point lead here for Centura. First free throw from Davis is up and no good off the front iron. So Davis misses her first free throw here since the first quarter. Second free throw from Davis up and good. Free throw number 3 from Sydney Davis is good. Sydney Davis goes 2 for 3 from the line right there and pushes the Centura lead out to 5. Lindsey Park crosses the timeline here for St. Cecelia. It's going to be a timeout by head coach Greg Burns. He wants to talk about things here as we head down this final stretch. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take a break with them. Once again, I'm Carter Longe, and you're listening to High School Basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, folks, we should have a good ending coming to the D1 state championship game right here. It's a 5-point game with 6:49 to go. Centura leads Hastings St. Cecelia 37-32. Once again, I'm Carter Longi, and I'll be bringing you all the action here over this next 6 minutes and 49 seconds as we look to crown our D1 champion. St. Cecelia obviously, in control for most of this game, but Centura came storming back there at the end of the second quarter. And since then, it's been really in Centura's control. And so we'll see if St. Cecelia can kind of get things back on track here. They just haven't really been able to find a way on offense recently. Centura, not a crazy second quarter by any means, scoring, just 8 points there. 7 points. And now it's going to be another early turnover here for St. Cecelia. Centura the other way now, left wing for Christensen, trying to work against Vargas. Now back out top to Crawford. Crawford hands it off to Kier Wooden. Kier Wooden evaluating the floor, deciding what she wants to do. Lindsey Parr on defense, gets a screen from Sydney Davis. Now Wooden's going to lose the ball, knocked away by Sabaka. Centura fans wanted a foul there. Sabaka kind of gave Kier Wooden a shoulder. Kier Wooden looking for someone to go with the ball and gets it into Sydney Davis. Sydney Davis falls down, but is able to get its way to Coughlin. And now finally rebounded by Kissinger and the St. Cecilia Hawkettes. Tatum Krikash now bringing it into the front courts. He's over to Vargas, top of the key. Kissinger now left wing, down low to Sabaka. Sabaka now out to Krikak. Krikak swings it to Vargas. Thought about a three-pointer, now over to Parr. Parr pump fakes, now is going to pop and lock, and she got it. Lindsey Parr gets into the scorebook for the first time tonight, and it could not have come at a bigger time for St. Cecelia. They needed a bucket right there, and Lindsey Parr delivers with a three-pointer. Crawford now with the ball for Centura. Now to Davis. Davis tied up there a little bit by Vargas for a moment. Now Christensen driving against Vargas. Great defense there from Emery Vargas. And Christensen comes up empty. Parr now pushing it up to Krikak on the right wing. Krikak trying to work against Kier Wooden. Now to Sabaka, free throw line, blocked by Davis, and now pushed back out by Wooden, but Wooden knocks Sabaka to the ground. Sabaka's still down for the time being. And Sabaka appears to be okay. But a hard foul there from Kier Wooden as she was trying to make an attempt on the ball there and ends up hitting the deck. Does Sabaka. So the refs checking on Sabaka, make sure she's all right. The foul will be on the ground. 14 fouls now for Centura after that foul from Kier Wooden. Parr able to get it into Kissinger. Kissinger puts it up, and she's going to be fouled hard by Crawford, so she'll be going to the free throw line. So Avery Kissinger goes to the line with a chance to tie up this ball game. Avery Kissinger, a 70% free throw shooter on the year. Looking at that foul one on Paige Crawford, her second foul of the ball game. First free throw up and good from Kissinger. So Avery Kissinger now into the double digits scoring. Second free throw up from Kissinger and no good. So 5:07 to go. It's a 1-point game. Centura leads St. Cecelia 37-36. Here Wooden getting some trap here by Lindsey Parr and Tatum Krikak. Now goes up the floor, deflected by Sabaka, but it goes right into the hands of Hayden Felt, unfortunately for St. Cecelia. Good play there by Ryan Sabaka, but it still is in the hands of Centura. 4:48 to go. Here Wooden backs it out. Now gives it to Crawford on the right wing extended. Sydney Davis now left wing trying to drive against Sabaka. Sabaka trying to play his defense here, and she's going to get called for a foul. Sabaka asking for a travel before the call, but instead it's going to be as it was called initially. So Sabaka picks up her fourth foul of the game here. 17 fouls also now for St. Cecelia, so bonus for Centura. First free throw from Davis up and good. Sydney Davis now up to 18 points here on the ball game for Centura. Second free throw for Davis does not fall off front iron, but it's going to be rebounded here by Centura initially. Now it's going to be a jump ball after Krikak's able to tie it up with Hayden Felt, and the possession arrow will stay with the Centura Centurions. Crawford now on the left wing after this pass went over Davis's head. Now it's going to be Wooden, though, out on the right wing. Wooden guarded by Lindsey Parr. Now Wooden trying to go against Parr. And this shot is up and no good. Emery Vargas controls. Vargas looking for somewhere to go with it. Now goes cross-court to Krikak. Krikak, a nice grab there. And now we're going to get a timeout here from head coach Greg Burnt once more. And looking for the call here on if it's full or 30. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep right here. 4:16 left to go here in the ballgame between St. Cecelia and Centura. Centura leads the ballgame 38-36 over St. Cecelia. But St. Cecelia looking like they got a little bit more of their offense going here once more after they were a little bit lost there early on here in the second half and even at the end of the first half. Again, they only scored 2 points there in the third quarter, but here in the fourth, they've already got 4 after a big 3 there from Lindsey Parr, and then also Avery Kissinger. She got wide open on the block, tried to put up a shot, but she got hacked pretty good there. Went to the free throw line, knocked down 1 of 2. And as for Centura, their only points here in the fourth quarter so far have come from Sydney Davis free throws. So that's how we find us where we are at. Once again, a 2-point lead. Taking out the ball here for St. Cecelia out of the timeout will be Tatum Krikak. Krikak trying to get into Lindsey Parr here, and she does. Now back to Krikak here, way out on the right wing extended. Now she'll dribble back towards the Husker logo in the middle of the court. Now Lindsey Parr on the right wing. Looking for Vargas down low, couldn't get it to her. Now Sabaka's going to throw it out of bounds. She did not realize that Avery Kissinger was going to cut there, and so a costly turnover there for the Hawkettes. Ball inbounded to Wooden here. St. Cecelia putting on a kind of a 3/4 press here. Sydney Davis tied up here with Krikak. Now throws it right to Sabaka. Sabaka off her hands. Nearly didn't get that. Now she gets it to Vargas. Vargas going to pull it back into Kissinger. Kissinger moving it up the left side of the floor here. Reverses back the other way. Now gets it to Vargas on the right wing. Vargas trying to get a post entry to Sabaka, but it's not happening. Now Kissinger trying to drive against Crawford. Now she gets a screen from Sabaka on the free throw line is Kissinger. Sabaka on the left wing now pump fakes, and now Sydney Davis came flying in for a block attempt and lands kind of right on Sabaka's head. So another tough foul there on Ryan Sabaka. So the foul's going to go on Sydney Davis. It's going to be her 4th foul of the game. So then keep an eye on there. Krikak for St. Cecelia also with 4. Now Sabaka puts up a shot, and that's good. Ryan Sabaka with a big shot down low after taking a hard foul there from Sydney Davis just a few minutes ago. She ties the game up 38-38 with 3:15 left to go here in the ballgame. Sydney Davis now trying to work against Sabaka. Now she hits a back-cutting Christensen, and she gets 2 points. And a big answer there from Centura. And now it's going to be a full timeout here from head coach Lathan Brown. So once again, our score 3:03 to go, 40-38 in favor of the Centurions over the St. Cecelia Hawkettes. I'm Carter Longi, and we'll be right back here 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to high school basketball here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. I'm Carter Longi. I'll be bringing you through all of the action today. Well, for this D1 championship game, then eventually I'll hand it over to Nick Sander here for the next 4 games, and I'll be back with you again tonight for the D2 championship game. But right now, we're getting close to crowning our D1 champion as Centura leads Hastings St. Cecelia 40-38 with 3:03 left in the ballgame. So as things wind down here we'll see which team is going to be able to prevail here. Vargas now on the right side here, crosses the timeline. She's guarded by Sydney Davis, as we've got both of the centers in for Centura. I guess Sydney Davis technically listed as a guard, but obviously very tall, so she's been guarding Sabaka all game. Sabaka top of the key here now against Lakota Chalewski. Now looks down low for Krikak. Krikak has it taken away, though, by Crawford and given up to Wooden, and now Centura will come back across the other way. Greg Burnt trying to get Lindsey Parr to come up here. Doesn't want Wooden to stand up top too long and just dribble the clock out. Sydney Davis guarded by Krikak now. Wooden out near the Huskers logo once more. Lindsey Parr getting closer and closer, trying to put some pressure on. 2:10 to go, 40-38 is our score. Here Wooden just kind of keeps making some couple steps towards the rim, then kind of backs back out. Now she spins against Parr. Tied up here by Sabaka for a moment. It's going to be a jump ball. Sabaka gets the call, so 1:56 to go. Still a 2-point lead. And the ball will go back to St. Cecelia. St. Cecelia gets it in to Krikak. Krikak trying to work it up the floor here. And Krikak able to get up past Wooden and into the front court. Krikak pulls it back out now. Wooden with some tough defense here. And now we're going to get a timeout called here by Greg Burnt. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it right here. Once again, 1:44 left to go here in the ballgame. 40-38 is the score in favor of the Centurions over the Hastings St. Cecelia Hawkettes. Good game so far from Sydney Davis in this one for Centura. She's got 18 points for them. Taya Christensen, though, just a moment ago, hitting the big layup to put them up by 2 here with 1:44 to go. And we'll see what St. Cecelia is going to draw up here, as they'll be taking it out of bounds here on the sideline, right in front of Media Row. And they really need a bucket right here. St. Cecilia's got to get a bucket. No better time than a sideline out of bounds play. It's one of the easiest times to get something drawn up here. Set something up out of the out of bounds play, and then something off of that. We'll see what they decide to go with here. They get kind of a square look. Parr's going to take it out of bounds. Sabaka and Krikak both sitting on the elbows of the free throw line, and then Kissinger and Vargas up ahead of them. And Krikak's just going to come back out to behind the half-court line to take it out. And so now they're going to step the offense from here. Here, Wooden playing some tough defense against Krikak. And now Avery Kissinger is going to get called for an illegal screen here. So a massive call right there, as Kira Wooden was really riding Krikak there as Kissinger tried to get at her screen. They're going to say she was moving. There's a lot of confusion on the court right now as Cecelia tries to get set up, and the refs are kind of delaying the ball here. And now we get it in bounds to Kira Wooden. 1:35 to go. Reminder, Centura's already in the bonus. And that's going to be a charge on Kira Wooden. And I've got to say, that was probably something a long time coming, because Kira Wooden's had a lot of times this game where she's brought up the floor very fast, kind of just head down going at her defender. And so it was probably only a matter of time until a St. Cecelia defender got their feet set and took a charge there. I believe that put Kira Wooden at 4 fouls in the ballgame. Kissinger now trapped in a corner, gets it away to Lindsey Parr. Emery Vargas now with some tough pressure from Christensen. Kissinger now gets it and gets a screen from Sabaka, working against Chalewski now, and now this ball's going to be knocked out of bounds nearly. I guess it's actually going to be saved by Lindsey Parr. Back up to Krikak on the top of the key. Now a foul here on Lakota Chalewski into the game on Sabaka, and that's going to send St. Cecelia into the bonus. So Ryan Sabaka has had a chance to go to the free throw line here for a 1-and-1 and a chance to put St. Cecelia into a tie game. 40-38 our score. Centura leads St. Cecelia by 2 points. $1:08 to go here in the ballgame. Sabaka steps up to the line, dribbles 3 times, spins the ball, puts it up, and no good. Ryan Sabaka unable to hit on the front half of the 1-and-1. Sydney Davis trying to bring it up the floor here. Krikak and Vargas trapping, and now they're trying to tie her up. She gets rid of it, away to Wooden. Somehow that was not a jump ball. 55 seconds to go here. Wooden working against Parr. And Wooden gets all the way down low, puts up a shot, and it's going to be no good. They're going to call a foul on the ground, I believe. This one's going to go on number 13, Ryan Sabaka. And I believe that's her 5th foul of the game. And Ryan Sabaka is going to be forced to exit. Into the game for Sabaka is number 12, Addison DeBooth. .52 seconds to go. Here, Wooden with a chance to put Centura up by 3 right here. Free throw is up and good, so Centura will take a 3-point lead, 41-38. 52 seconds left in the ball game. Wooden to make it a 2-possession game. She got it. So a big 4-point lead here for Centura. 52 seconds to go. St. Cecelia has 1 timeout left. Krikak coming down the floor quickly. And now she puts it up. No good. Rims out. And rebounded here by Sydney Davis. And St. Cecelia is going to have to foul here. And they're going to try and trap Davis here first, I guess. Now they get it up the floor to Christensen. Christensen extended the arm there against Vargas. And now tied up on the floor here. And Lindsey Parr has it for a moment. Now it's going to be a jump ball. But the possession arrow is still with Centura. So I'm not really sure if that's the best decision by St. Cecelia to just try and tie them up. With no shot clock, you kind of have to foul right now, I think, if you're St. Cecelia. St. Cecelia would probably rather not have Tatum Krikak or Avery Kissinger to be the ones to commit the fouls. They each have 4. Sydney Davis gets the ball inbounds. And Kissinger is asking somebody else to come foul. And I think it's going to be Krikak, though, so she will have to exit the game as well, I believe. Tatum Krikak does have to exit the game, as that is her 5th personal foul. 19 fouls now on St. Cecelia. Sabaka and Krikak both very emotional on the bench as they both now fouled out of the game. Abby Musalek comes in now for Krikak. St. Cecelia trailing Centura by 4 points here with 22.7 seconds left on the clock. Sydney Davis's first free throw at the line is up and good. Free throw number 2 for Davis is up and good once more. A 6-point lead here for Centura. Kissinger coming down the floor. Going to need to get up a shot here quickly. 17 seconds to go. Parr gets it away to Musalek. And Kissinger tries to put up a shot. She's blocked by Crawford. And here comes Centura the other way. And Christensen misses a layup. Crawford puts it up no good. 5 seconds to go, though. And time, I think, is going to run out here on St. Cecelia. 2 seconds, 1 second. And that is the final buzzer. Your D1 girls state basketball champions are the Centurions as they defeat St. Cecelia 44-38 to take the Division I crown. We'll take a quick break here and come back and get you your game recap for your state champions, Centura Centurions, right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. The Coach's Pep Talk. Done well, it creates stronger team unity, improves motivation and attitude. So when Platte Valley Equipment says we're here to help you succeed, you'll have their 100% support to help you handle any task with their John Deere equipment that gets the job done every time. And with low monthly payments, well, that should be some serious motivation to visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com. Proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here from Pinnacle Bank Arena and our state champions have been crowned here in Division 1. The Centura Centurions defeat the Hastings St. Cecelia Hawkettes by a final score of 44-38. Looking at some of the final stats for this one, the leading scorers for St. Cecelia were Avery Kissinger and Ryan Sabaka, each with 10 points. Emily Vargas was able to add 6, Tatum Krikak with 7, and then 3 added from Lindsay Parr and 2 from Abby Musalek. As for the Centurions, their leading scorer was, of course, their stellar senior who has been so effective for them all year, averaging 15 points. Sydney Davis with another big game when it mattered most. She finishes with 20 points by my count. As for their other scorers, Paige Crawford finishes with 4 points. Taya Christensen finishes with 6. And Kira Wooden finishes with 11, I believe. And then finally, Lakota Shaluski finishes with 2 points as all the Centurions are climbing the ladders and cutting down the nets here at PBA. And one thing about it, folks, is do not count St. Cecelia out. Again, many of you know they've been very dominant over the past few years. This is their 5th straight championship final appearance, including a win last year. So obviously they were unable to go back-to-back, but this is a very young team, and they'll be back next year. You look at some of their best players and their leading scorers. Avery Kissinger, their leading scorer on the year, was just a freshman. Tatum Krikak and Ryan Sabaka, both juniors, so just one more year left for those two. But again, obviously they'll be back next year. Lindsay Parr, their floor general, who really controls everything for them, is a sophomore. She'll be back for a few more years. Emery Vargas, their 6th man off the bench, she comes back as a freshman. So, lots of talent left here on this St. Cecelia team. As for Centura, they'll bring back some of their best players as well. Kaylee Coughlin comes back as a junior. Kira Wooden will come back as a junior. They lose Taya Christensen and Sydney Davis and Paige Crawford as seniors, but just 3 starters gone. But they had a lot of players there on the bench coming back as well to help them out. One stat correction here really quick. Kira Wooden did have 12 points, not 11, so I was missing 1 point there, but that's what we finished with. But finally, looking at some of these totals for these teams, field goal percentage, St. Cecelia ends up shooting just 37.5% from the field after they shot 50% there in the first half. So a little bit of a decline there at the end of the game. They also shoot 40% from the three-point line compared to 50% in the first half. Just 1 3 hit there in the second half for St. Cecelia after hitting 5 in the first half. And they shot 72.7% from the free throw line on the game. As for Centura, they shoot 40.6% from the field, 10% from the free throw line, and 63% from the free throw line. Obviously, a big improvement there in the second half was their ability to hit free throws. Again, I mentioned it earlier, they missed their first 8 free throws of the game, then end up going on to make 17 of 19 for the rest of the game. And that was huge because there's a lot of fouls called in this game. As I'm sure you all know, St. Cecelia ended up having 20 personal fouls, and Centura ends up having 16. So the ability to hit free throws in this game was huge. So the fact that Centura was able to do that was a big reason that they were able to end up winning this game. But again, a big shout out to Sydney Davis, without a doubt the player of the game today. 20 points and 11 rebounds to go along with 4 blocks in helping lead her team to a state championship in her final year as a Centurion. That's going to do it here, though, for the D1 championship. Next up, we got Nick Sainer coming with 4 games in a row for our C1, 2, and B and A championships. And then finally, we'll end off the night with another D2 championship. I'll be back here in the headset to bring you that one as well. And as the Hawkettes get their silver medals and the Centurions wait to be crowned the state champions, we will leave PBA for now, but stick around, folks. We'll be back here in about, I believe, an hour or so for our next game coming up. So for Carter Longy, I'm done for a little while, but you'll have Nick Sainer up next right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Or whatever, when I actually wanted to see the fight, and it's supposed to be gospel. And I'm not sure that